Plump Goops Podcast.
Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes.
Howdy. We're back.
Up.
It's Hot Takes, High Stakes. The greatest podcast that has ever been and will ever be.
That's a hot better. Take. It's better than cereal. It's better than car talk. It's better than what's another podcast? The Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan experience.
Joe Rogan. Mm-hmm. Better than that shit.
We should have Joe Rogan on. I wonder what his hottest take is.
Honestly, the Joe Rogan experience. I think the experience of Joe Rogan is just hot takes and anecdotes. It's just loosely remembered anecdotes. It's like walking through a dream.
I wanted to invite a guest on there and just like completely just like shit on that guest. I don't know who you would bring on there, but
have you seen like the compilation clips of Joe Rogan on YouTube of just like him being annoyed or him saying, "Well, I have a buddy that yada. I have a buddy." It's like a 2-minute long clip of him just talking about his buddies.
We got a lot of buddies, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just describing his friend group. Like now you just know his friend group.
Exactly.
What if it's just the same dude every single time? Just he has one buddy who's just multifaceted.
The most interesting man in the world.
Honestly, the most deplorable man in the world. Because I feel like some of those things that his buddies have gotten into are pretty bad.
I wonder if it's this one buddy, I wonder if that guy's just like, Joe, you got to stop telling all my damning secrets on your podcast.
You got to bleep me out. You got to bleep out my stories.
Yeah.
I'm looking up that compilation though, Ronak, to save for my
good.
watch for later.
Yeah.
Watch for later and watch this now.
Yeah, watch
this
this
now. We are
now.
recording this on November 6th. The presidential election has not been called yet, but it's looking to be in Joe Biden's favor. This episode will come out on November 11th, Veterans Day.
11/11.
Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to a president who didn't shit on the veterans. Or should I say a president-elect?
A president-elect, yeah. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pumped.
It's feeling good. But, if you're a Trump supporter, it might not be feeling good. And that's okay for you. You'll get over it. We all did.
Yeah.
In 2016.
Well, some would say we didn't, which is why we voted for Biden this election.
Okay. Hot Takes, High Stakes is the show where we all deliver one hot take that culminates into a voting process, much like what we're going through now.
Much unlike the Electoral College.
It is not. It's not the Electoral College. It's not an Electoral College system. It is very much a popular vote.
Yeah.
What would that look like if we made an Electoral College for Hot Takes, High Stakes?
The most
if we make categories.
You're placed on the leaderboard of hot takes determines how many votes you have. Call me California.
All right.
California.
I actually pulled ahead of you last episode, Ronak. But it should be Rez, you're still on those advanced stats, right? We should be getting.
I'm still on that.
Rez has been working tirelessly on our advanced stats.
The percentage has got to be bad though for you, right?
Yeah,
I've got to be winning on percentage.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
I've been on
it's been working.
every podcast except 2, I think, since episode 12. So
yeah.
Yes.
My percentage isn't great, but at the end of the day, it culminates into the hottest take award, and stats do win games. Do we look at the NBA player who had the most points per game in history? No.
Yeah. I mean,
no.
It is. No. Yeah, I guess not. But
So, think on that one. Ponic. Does anyone have a warm up take to get us started?
Are wedges fries?
Yeah, okay. I agree. Or depending on how they're cooked, right? They have to be fried.
True.
Yeah, I agree.
If you roast them, you can roast wedges.
Are tater tots fries?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that too.
You think tater tots are fries?
I don't think I've ever had a non-fried tater tot.
Right, but I wouldn't call them fries. Everyone's like tots or fries, like when they ask you if you want tots or fries.
Right, but I think tots is a subset of fries, I would say. Like fries being the overarching fried potato category, and tater tots being a subset of that. Just a fun shape with more crisps.
Like a little cloud, like a little potato cloud.
Right, exactly.
Okay, wait. Let me see. I might have another warm-up take. Oh, here. Okay, wait. I got one.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever stapled yourself? First question.
No.
Yes.
How? How does that happen? It seems very hard to staple yourself.
It has to be like for me, it was like when, you know how like there's like a little plate where you can switch it around and the staple goes the opposite way.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how it happened to me. Like I was like, my finger
Why'd you
was
use
like,
that?
I don't know. I didn't realize the staple was
It would
there.
go
And I
out.
just ended up yeah, I just
I was
went
wondering,
that
like
way.
people always talk about getting stapled, and I've never been in fear of that.
Is that like, something you hear about all the time, Ronak? Is people
at least in like elementary school and like middle school and like stuff, like people will be like, "Oh shit, I stapled myself," or like, "Oh nuts, I pricked myself with the
pencil stabbing. Pencil stabbing was like the main thing, like getting graphite stuck in your hand.
Yeah, graphite poisoning or lead poisoning. I think it was like a mark of being cool, like being a bad boy. Like if you've stapled yourself before, you're kind of like cool.
But I was like, marked. They definitely did it on purpose, right? There's got to be some kind of intent.
No, I don't think there has to be. It's the classic switch it around scenario, Ronak. And
I guess.
I think you're not ready for that conversation. That happens to people, and the world isn't a bubble, Ronak. You know, you might live in this non-stapled yourself bubble.
I appreciate this talking down to me.
Well, you haven't lived out in the real world.
What do you mean?
People staple themselves all the time.
Where? I've worked in an office. I've been in an office space.
That's not where it happens. It actually happens most often in a parking lot.
How?
Is where most staple accidents happen.
Why?
Yeah. Huh?
How?
Because there's like a lot of stopping and starting and stuff.
Yeah, many people are saying this.
Mm-hmm. Many people are saying this indeed.
So you're saying people staple themselves because there's a lot of stopping and starting.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It seems like
pulling in and out.
Those seem unrelated.
Like you're pulling the stapler in and out of your pocket and your bag and stuff.
Oh, so you have pocket staplers.
Your bag. I said, or your bag. Because there are a lot of bulletin boards, Ronak. That's where everyone goes to the parking garages to staple. That's where they stay for most of the time because of the bulletin boards.
So, okay.
And even though they staple at slow speeds there, like it's not really any bad accidents because the worst stapler accidents happen on the highway when you're going really fast.
Ronak just wants to fit in, I feel like. He has yet to staple himself. He's unmarked. He's an unmarked man, if you will.
Right.
Looking to dip his toe in the waters with stapling himself, I think.
Yeah, I think you're using the excuse of staplers as like an excuse for hiding up some car-related trauma that happened in your past in like a parking garage.
Cars have nothing to do with this, except for the highway accident, stapler accidents, when it is because you're driving and then you slam on the brakes and then your stapler comes up and hits you in the head, and that's where actually most stapler-related deaths.
So I guess my whole thing is that no one really has a stapler on them at all times. That's my whole thing.
Bulletin board people do.
Who's that?
People who staple things to bulletin boards.
Yeah. I think that's no one's like always a bulletin board person. It's kind of like on a need case by case basis. Like if they need to put something, they'll take a stapler with them. They don't constantly have it on them. It's like a phone.
Many people are more prepared than you think.
Okay.
I don't know. You had a warm up take, and I figured you wanted.
And you know what? I've never been colder in my life. It's been I'm so cold.
The warmth has been sucked out of this room. Okay. Who wants to go first? Who wants to introduce their hot take first?
I'll go first.
I'm excited.
Boom. Aggressive.
I would say, looking back on this, it's pretty much like a lukewarm take, but I don't know. I'm talking to two heavy on the wine people, if you will. You guys prefer wine to beer.
All right.
I drink. I'm not an alcoholic. Shut up with that shit.
But, all right, we'll get on with it. My hot take is that hangovers are worse from wine than they are any other type of alcohol. Including liquor. That includes all hard liquor.
I would have to say that the worst hangover I've ever had was from wine.
Same.
It may just be like small sample size. Like,
but it wasn't
S3
real
probably-
wine. It was from like sugary wine, and it was disgusting. And
Was
I
it like
hated
box wine, like Franzia?
Yeah. It was like
Mine-
that.
Yeah.
It was like fucking cranberry flavored wine. It was disgusting. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, my hangover was from Italian wine, so in Italy. So
Yeesh.
Was it the night with
does that
David?
make me cool? Yeah, I think we both downed like at least 2 bottles each.
Well, that'll do it for sure.
That'll do it for sure.
That's the ticket.
I think it's the
ticket.
sugar, but I don't know.
Is there
I don't-
sugar
I
in
don't-
wine?
Yeah, there has to be, right?
In red
Like
wine?
grapes.
Not in a
And red
dry, like a dry red, like a really dry, like a super dry.
Like there's Moscato. Moscato has sugar in it for sure.
I'm looking it
That's
up right
sugary.
now. There's sugar in wine.
I like
But a
myself a
Blanc?
sweet wine.
A cab?
A cab.
Hello?
What's your favorite
Definitely
wine?
some-
Let's go around the room and say our favorite wines.
Hmm.
I guess I'll start. Cabernet Sauvignon.
Blanc?
Oh,
No, just Cabernet Sauvignon. That's a red.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty good.
I like a Portillo.
what? What
What's
the
that?
fuck is that?
I think it's a
It's like a
green
dessert
wine.
wine?
no. It's a
I've
red.
never had green wine. I've never had green wine before.
I don't think that's a thing.
That is a thing.
Green wine is a thing?
It's
Green
apparently a
wine.
Yeah.
Or a grain
Green
wine?
wine.
A green wine.
Grain
It's
wine.
Portuguese.
Green wine.
Red wine. I don't
Green
know.
wine. not
Rain
green.
wine. You know the runoff in New York City streets after rain.
The Hudson River is just rain wine.
Yeah.
Some people drink that and they
People just
call it
bottle
rain
that.
wine.
They just bottle that and put it in their winery and call it fine wine.
Yo. Oh,
You know what my
Malbec.
favorite-
A Malbec, a Portillo
Malbec's
Malbec.
good.
Yeah.
So a red.
Oh yeah.
Is it a dark red or a light? Is it like
It's
a
dark. It's dark.
How do
But
you
I, like-
how do you describe dark versus light? I guess.
a
don't
rosé
really
is
know.
light?
Like if it's
I
easily
think
see through.
I think a Merlot is the darkest one, and then a cab is slightly lighter.
So it's different from like taste. Like you don't use dark to describe taste.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably
I don't know,
could.
probably
You
could.
Like you could
yeah.
like for beer, you say like a dark IPA. You know,
Mhm.
like
Mhm, mhm.
That's
it's more
like
obscure.
That brings up a good
Yeah.
point. My favorite wine is not green wine; it's grain wine.
oh yeah,
And
what's
it's-
grain
and
wine?
it's
What's green one?
fucking Coors Light with the boys on a Saturday afternoon after drinking for the past 3 hours.
Yeah. So your favorite wine is a beer.
Yeah, but like after other drinks, like after drinking in the morning, after a mojito in the morning, a shot of whiskey in the noon, and then we hit the grain wine.
So it's
And
like so you're just calling wine that you drink late in the
Mhm.
day grain, or no, beer that you drink late in the day
Mhm.
grain wine.
Because I drink it in a glass.
I like Ronak's anecdotes. You should go on the Joe Rogan experience.
Yeah.
Talk about his
Yeah, so a
anecdotes.
buddy of mine brought this glass this glass of beer and called it grain wine.
We all beat the shit out of him.
And also it wasn't beer, it was piss.
And it wasn't just piss, it was actually piss that we bottled up from the streets of Brooklyn.
From the green
Just
wine.
run off.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like white wine in general.
You like white wine?
Yeah.
What's your favorite type?
I
like drier white wines.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm not a Pinot
Basic.
Grigio.
You
Pinot
don't like the
Grigio?
Grigio?
I don't like the
What's wrong with the
Grigio.
Grigio?
Ew, I don't know.
The Grigio? There are certain white wines that just taste like pee to me. You know?
Mm.
You've tasted pee before.
Huh?
Hmm?
You've tasted pee before?
Interesting.
What's that?
That last statement heavily implied that
No.
Yeah.
you've tasted pee.
You said it
It
tasted
does-
like pee. That implies a lot, yeah.
It does imply a lot, right? But no, I haven't tasted pee before.
So why'd you say it?
Well, it tastes like I would imagine what pee would taste like, all right?
Well, a buddy of mine has. tasted pee before.
That buddy of mine was Cameron.
I'm not your buddy.
I was
I would-
hoping Corey would be on so that
Hmm.
we get a little bit of, person who doesn't like wine as much. Like, here we are.
Yeah, here we are with Ronak.
Sorry, I had to settle for the best. The best in the biz.
So what's been your experience between wine and beer hangovers? Like, what do you notice as the difference?
I guess I haven't really had a beer hangover. Like, nobody just drinks 5 IPAs.
I agree with that.
And gets drunk off IPAs.
You know why?
You can't really get drunk off of Millers.
Because you get bloated.
That's true.
You call it a night before you lose the fight.
True.
Beer makes me more tired than wine does.
Than wine?
Yeah,
that's a hot take. Actually, that should be your hot take.
Yeah.
But my hot take's
say
better than that.
My hangover from wine was just obscene. It was like, I don't know if I've probably already said on the podcast, but I was like just moaning in my bed the next day. It was bad. But. Me
too. After mine, so it was me and David, and then like some of his Oklahoma people that he was taking a trip with, his like abroad trips. So it was us and them, and then we went to, I think we counted up 11 or 12 wine bottles that we had drank that night, like between all of us. I think there were like 8 of us, but David and I definitely had the lion's share. Not the lion's share, but like David and I had probably 2 each of those because we had started before they had gotten back. And so we all drank a lot of wine that night. And then we woke up horribly hungover, walked out onto the Venice streets and
immediately fell into the water.
Which is what we call boat wine, which is just oil that's dumped into water.
The scum at the top layer of water. That's what we call wine.
Boat wine. But we went to this like Italian, like this Venetian. Is that
Venetian.
Right? Venetian. We went to this Venetian like breakfast deli kind of thing, and my food was fine. And David's food was fine, but like everyone else was like complaining about how shitty their food was and that it was disgusting. And David and I were just sitting there horribly hungover listening to them talk about this. And it wasn't, I don't know, it certainly wasn't a great experience.
Follow-up question. What's your go-to food when you're hungover?
A burrito.
Really?
That's a good answer.
Sausage and eggs.
Sausage and eggs. Yeah. I need something like greasy, low key. So like like a burger, honestly.
I always wake up past
or like a
past
sandwich.
Breakfast time.
Yeah.
So.
Like a sub.
Same.
I can go for a sub.
Like a sub, Jersey Mike's or something.
Yeah.
Are you guys so Rez, I know you're not like this. I think we've talked about it before. But Ronak, are you someone who like if you wake up past breakfast, if you wake up at like noon, will you make yourself breakfast food or will you just skip to lunch?
No, if it's noon, but if it's, I'll go to lunch. But if it's like 11:30, I'll eat breakfast.
So noon's the cutoff?
That's a hard cutoff.
But I'll eat lunch at like 2 or 3.
Okay.
It'll just throw off my entire day. But
that's interesting.
Do you not eat breakfast foods like at other times of the day?
Me?
I feel like both of you guys. Sometimes I'll eat like a bagel sandwich for lunch. Like I had one today.
Well, that's different.
Done it, yeah.
That's different. I would definitely get a bagel sandwich. I wouldn't make a bagel sandwich for myself, but I would get one from a store. I wouldn't just like eat eggs.
Yeah.
Just plain eggs. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. But like when I was on keto, I would skip for breakfast. I would do like a shake, like a protein shake for breakfast. And then for lunch, I would eat like eggs or something. I would basically eat breakfast for lunch because I couldn't think of enough stuff to make for lunch and dinner. So I kind of just got rid of a meal.
And then you would have a protein bake later in the day where you would just put a bunch of protein powder into like a joint and then you'd smoke it. And get protein baked.
Yeah.
Protein baked.
Nothing gets you higher than fucking pea protein.
Yeah. I go to GNC and I smoke them out.
When's the last time you hotboxed a GNC?
A buddy of mine did it last week. That's crazy.
Best high he's ever had.
I think we can agree or disagree with this take, Ronak. What are you saying?
I'll agree. I've kind of found the cutoff is like a bottle of wine, and that's like the perfect amount. and I'm on a good level for the entire
By
night.
yourself?
I don't feel that hungover the next day. But
I'd probably agree with that.
I also haven't
One bottle.
gotten obscenely drunk off of wine since that
Right.
one last time I got drunk, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But I will say that was a terrible hangover, one of the worst I've ever had.
I would say I agree as well. The worst hangover I've ever had, the worst hangover I've ever had was certainly off wine.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So I guess not a hot take.
Not for us, but maybe for
Enough
some.
for us. Yeah.
Maybe.
Who are you interested in going next, Ronak, or do you want me to go
Yeah.
next?
I can go.
Okay.
This take is bread's end is your best friend.
Like the heels?
The ends of bread are good.
Okay. Why?
Okay.
They're sometimes you don't want a huge slice of bread. Sometimes you just want a little bit. And nothing captures like a sliced boiled egg or like an egg. You can just stack it like an open-faced sandwich almost. And nothing captures the contents of it better than like a toasted heel of a bread loaf that's kind of like curls up because it's like burnt on the edges, and it just captures it all, and it's just there, and it's all contained in this little like bowl almost. It's perfect.
Are we talking wheat bread or white bread?
Multigrain.
I like wheat bread.
You like a wheat bread?
So, but it has to be toasted.
It doesn't have to be toasted.
Because I've had my fair share of like heels.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's only the heels left, and I need a sandwich, and so I'll
Yeah.
make like a heel sandwich, but it won't be toasted.
That's so good.
It's
Is it
pretty
bad, though. Yeah.
I think it just tastes like bread. It all tastes the
I
same
think it
to
tastes
me.
bitter. I think it tastes like weirdly
It's bitter.
bitter
Yeah,
and plastic.
I agree.
As opposed
Would you
It
eat
has to
the
be,
end
like,
of
toasted?
Would you eat the end of bread on like a brioche or like a baguette or a French bread? It's not. Is it?
It has to be,
Maybe.
but those are toasted. It's like harder, you know, like
They're baked.
it's
They're
just
not-
weird when it's soft.
It's different.
You know?
Yeah, a wheat
Yeah.
bread is like, it feels very factory. It feels very manufactured, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas
Like-
brioche is obviously the Cadillac of bread.
Yeah, but like a loaf of like rosemary bread, like the ends are good. They're crispy. Is it? And those aren't toasted. They're just like freshly baked.
So
I
wait,
guess.
are you talking about just in general, just bread, all bread? The heel
All bread.
of bread, or the end of bread is your friend. The bread's end is your friend. What did
Yeah.
you say?
Is your friend's end? Yeah.
Is your friend's end?
Your buddy's end, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say across the board, but specifically because I know it's not that hot of a take if it's just the gourmet breads, because like those are just good. But I also think your factory loaf is, the ends don't deserve the hate. I think they're good.
I agree. I think I've been wasteful in the past with my bread's ends. Like I've thrown them away.
People have thrown away 2 ends of bread.
Are you saying-
I'm like, I'll
Are you
eat
saying
it.
that they're better than this? You're not saying that they're better than the center ones.
They're
You're
on
just saying
par.
that
They're equal.
okay.
There's
They're
no
good.
difference.
They're
There's no
equal.
difference.
Oh,
They're
there's
just
no
smaller.
difference.
There's a
I
size
think there's a
difference.
difference. There's certainly
There's a
There's a
size
difference.
difference. It doesn't line up exactly.
But it's Ronak, it's very clearly different than a middle
Yeah.
slice of bread. Like it's
doesn't taste
factually
different.
different.
It doesn't
It does.
taste different.
It does.
I would
It does
argue
not.
that it does taste different.
It's more crust. There's more crust. The ratio is off. The ratio of crust to soft is off.
There is no difference. The ratio doesn't matter, is what I'm saying. The ratio
Almost
doesn't
all
matter.
of cooking is ratios.
That's true. It's literally all
That's
rich.
in making the product, not in eating the product.
You don't
The
think bread
ratios-
is a made product?
So
It
you're
certainly
gonna eat-
is.
Yeah,
You're
but
saying eating the product like you have a bowl full of pasta, no sauce, a spoonful of sauce.
Mhm.
You're saying that would suffice. That's the same as eating equal amounts of sauce.
well, that's you're adding stuff. You're adding stuff to the pasta. You're talking about the rate. This is like saying the ends of pasta aren't the same. It's like the
No, it's
ends
not.
of the
No, it's
pasta are
not.
worse than the middle of the pasta.
Because pasta doesn't have a crust.
Yeah, there's no difference
Exactly.
between.
Yeah.
Pizza,
So-
Ronak. Think pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you eat an entire crust
Yeah.
of pizza? just
The
there's no
same
sauce.
question doesn't. It doesn't apply. You're trying to use. You're
That
trying to
turns into a
use.
flatbread.
You're trying to use comparisons, but when
What about
debunk
brownies?
it,
What about brownies? The ends of the sides.
Significantly.
Significantly different.
they're just more.
different.
Cut. They're just like harder.
It's different. It's different. It's
But
and
it
it's not
doesn't
even a
taste
crust.
different.
It's not even a
It-
crust.
It might be a texture thing, but it doesn't taste different.
Texture is part of taste.
No, it isn't.
I would argue, yes, it is part of
Texture is absolutely part of taste.
Taste is the experience, and texture is adding to that.
Yeah.
I would say.
It ain't.
All right.
I'm pissed.
I really do think that there's a big difference. And
is it a big enough difference for you to throw away?
No.
To not eat it?
No.
Wrong. I would still eat it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
And this doesn't necessarily make me disagree with your take, Ronak, but I'll get there when I get there. I've taken to this. I don't think I'll ever, unless I'm running very short on time, I don't think I'll ever make myself make and eat a raw sandwich ever again.
It's got to be toasted.
Raw sandwich?
What I've been doing is I've been like, here's the sandwich I've been making, okay? I've been 2 slices wheat bread, cheese, turkey, close up the sandwich, put it on a skillet.
Yeah, it's got to be on a skillet.
Or a pan.
It's got to be on a skillet. Yeah.
Heat it up, melt the cheese, take the sandwich off, toast both sides, obviously.
Wait, with the lettuce?
No.
Lettuce has to be cold, right?
Of course. I take the sandwich off, open it up. Now I put on the Miracle Whip, then lettuce, and some jalapeno chips.
The crunch.
It gives it a nice crunch, gives it a nice taste.
Yes.
Close it up. Delicious.
Okay. Mine is cheese, turkey.
On 2 heels of bread. You only eat the heels now. You throw away the rest of the bread.
Yeah.
Ronak's saying he would buy a loaf
heel.
of just heels.
Yeah. Wait, yeah. Would you buy a loaf of just heels? Would you? If there was a loaf of just heels and a loaf of real bread next to each other, you're saying that it's the same, so you would buy the heels.
Yeah,
this has been brought up before, but that's not the point of bread. The point of bread is that you get the whole loaf, and so you eat the loaf. You don't.
But you're saying it's different. You're saying it's different.
I'm saying it's the same.
If it was a loaf,
it's not different.
No, I know, but by saying that, you're saying it's different because if it's a loaf of heels versus a normal loaf, and you're saying the heels are the same.
Bake a loaf of heels. It's impossible to bake a loaf of heels.
What if it was a big thing that all these bread companies were doing? They were taking off the heels of bread and selling just the loaf, and then to be like, we're not being wasteful, we're also selling just the heels, so that you had just the heels and just the loaf next to each other. You're saying that there would be no difference in what you would buy.
The only difference would be that you wouldn't be able to make a proper sandwich. It wouldn't fit. The sizes would be off.
What do you mean?
So you're saying that sliced bread was revolutionary?
I mean, I don't know. It's not a hot take. I agree with that. You haven't got me. You don't act like you got me. There's nothing to do with
how is that not different then, Ronak? If you're saying that there's a difference between buying a bag of only heels and a bag of normal loaf.
Because I'm saying you should accept the loaf of bread as it is instead of trying to fucking hate on different aspects of it. You accept the whole body of the loaf, and you be like the Native Americans and you use every single part of the buffalo. You use every single part of the loaf. You don't waste.
Well, that I agree with.
Huh.
I'm not gonna throw away,
if you're throwing away, it ends.
But Ronak, I think you have to admit that it's different now. The heel and the middle of the bread.
It's just the size. It's small. It's honestly, it's less carbs. It's less carbs.
What, the middle is less carbs or the crust?
No, the ends.
I'd argue it's more carbs because crust is more dense,
denser,
right?
Yeah.
Denser.
What? It's thinner though. It's thinner and it's smaller. It's
not all heels are thinner. It varies. It varies loaf to loaf.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's too many variables.
That's true.
There are a lot of variables.
Don't be an oaf. Eat the whole loaf. Is what I'm going to say.
Is that your take?
That's my take.
Ronak, I think I will leave it up to the viewing public here, but if it were up to me, you lost that one. You lost on the topic of it. Are you gonna
eat the ends of bread of your loaves of bread?
I always eat the ends of bread.
I always do.
Then I've won. I won.
I'm not saying I'm not talking about you winning the whole thing. I'm talking about you losing on the point of it not being different.
What's his take again, Ronak? What's your take? Like,
Say it again.
Yeah, say it again because I've gotten lost.
The bread's end is your best friend's end. No, it's the ends of bread are good.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you never finish
it's
your
all
sandwich.
wheat. It's all wheat at the end of the day. I don't understand
my sandwich.
And Ronak sandwich too. Neither of you.
Yeah, Ronak. Well, Ronak sandwich was just.
It was just two heels and nothing in the middle.
Nothing in the middle. Here's a follow-up take for that. Any sandwich can be improved by substituting the bread for bagels. Specifically,
any sandwich.
Bagels.
Everything bagels
besides
are the greatest
except
bagels.
PB&J. Besides PB&J.
Yo, I want to
that weaken the take significantly.
I want to try. That sounds good though.
Yeah.
PB&J.
PB&J on a bagel? That has to be a plain bagel.
I think your classic. I think your classic grilled cheese is still better on 2 pieces of white.
Really?
Yeah, because it's
everything like
bagels would be too thick. Like sometimes you're looking for just
put a bagel in a panini press though. Put a plain bagel in a panini press with cheese.
It gets flat.
But that's a panini press. A panini press makes a different grilled cheese than your classic skillet grilled cheese.
Yeah,
it's different.
True. Too many variables. Again,
a lot of variables. The sandwich game is an infinite pool.
Yeah.
We're not only diving into the deep end, we're diving into an infinite jest.
Yes.
So Rez, what's your sandwich?
A bagel sandwich, everything bagel specifically, toasted on the pan or skillet with cheddar cheese and ham, and then a fried egg.
Ooh.
And then some sort of sauce, like either like some Parmesan truffle sauce or whatever that I snagged from Hop Dotty. You know, that's recently what I've been eating. Like I'll order the truffle fries and then get extra sauce, and I'll just save that sauce and put it on top.
Okay. Saving the sauce.
That's resourceful.
Mine would be sourdough, layers of turkey, tomato, onion, no lettuce, cheese, sharp cheddar, salami, and then mayo, hot sauce, and then on the other side you do olive oil, salt, and pepper.
Oh my god!
Oh, so Italian on one side and
that's like a Subway. You like make yourself a Subway sandwich. That's insane. That's a lot of moving parts there.
Yeah,
but it comes together. It's a crash. It's a car crash of flavor.
So I'm gonna posit this: a bagel sandwich. Rez, if someone asked you, "What are you making?" you would say. You wouldn't say a sandwich. You would say a bagel sandwich, right?
Yes. To be more specific. Yes.
So, but do you feel like that's something you have to qualify?
Yeah, because I feel like most people, when you hear sandwich, you just think, 2 slices of the middle loaf part of the bread, and then that's it.
So I'm wondering what that does to bagel sandwiches' status as sandwiches.
They're sandwiches.
They are sandwiches.
That's my take. Of soups, everything being soup, salads, or sandwiches.
Right, but
so are you trying to tell me a bagel sandwich is a salad, Cameron?
No. If you have to classify, or if you have to qualify it for people to know what you're talking about, I don't think that when someone says, "What's your favorite sandwich?" I don't think you can say bagel sandwich. I don't think you can give them a bagel sandwich.
Really?
That's it's a very I don't care, but it's a very roundabout and objective way to come about this.
So if Ronak were to say his sandwich and he described it to be a sourdough bread sandwich in that type of way, you can't say it like that.
No, but no one says I'm making a sourdough bread sandwich. It's a sandwich with sourdough bread as the bread. But you can't say. But you can't
with bagel.
I don't think that works. I don't think that works. I don't think that works.
Fair point.
It's just an interesting little thing there. There should be a Supreme Court of food, and we just make the rulings on what qualifies as what. The Supreme Food Court. It was different. It was a little
Okay.
So what do we say, Rez? Do we agree? Disagree?
I agree that in part, I guess, that the heels of the bread are my best friend's end. But I would say that they are different from the middle parts of the loaf.
I'm gonna agree with your take, Ronak, that they're fine and they should be eaten, but with the caveat that they're not the same and they are noticeably different and I would say a little bit worse.
And the caveat that Ronak was wrong.
I agree with your take with the caveat that it's shitty.
Reject that caveat.
All right, my turn. I'm excited about this one. It kind of follows along in a series of takes of mine. I think the first one I brought up was that 2 is the most important number. The second one was that H is the most important letter. And now I'm going to say that red is the most important color.
I don't like these ones.
Oh, okay, justify.
Number 1. It is the warning color most often. Police sirens use red because it cuts through the night. It's a very shocking color. It's like stop signs are red to warn you. It's the color of warning. Stop lights, red to stop.
So you said one reason so far.
Stop lights are red to stop.
Yeah. You said so far I'm getting red is good because it equals stop.
It means warning. Yeah, red is warning.
Warning. Like if animals, oftentimes, they're poisonous because they're red.
What about,
also blue though, right? Like
blue.
The poison dart frog
like
is like
yellow,
red and blue. Yeah.
What is it, yellow?
A lot of colors.
What's that saying from Animal Science? Red and yellow kill a fellow.
Red and black, good for Jack or something.
Good for Jack, yeah.
Good for Jack.
But mainly it's mainly because it's the color of warning, and I think red has saved more than a few lives. Fire trucks are red.
Okay.
To symbolize warning, I guess.
Police sirens are also blue, so
red and blue. That's
red.
True. But I think blue because police are blue.
Cool. That's what I think.
Nice.
So it's blue and red for police and warning. But
Republicans are red. What would you say then? What do you say to that?
Well,
what say you on that?
Just because something's important doesn't mean it's good.
Hmm.
I'm not saying it's the best color.
I can't disprove that. So
I would say it's red, blue, and yellow are all on equal levels.
Really?
All primary colors,
yeah. Also, red is a primary color. But okay, so let's talk about the qualifications of each color. Because I think red, blue, and yellow are the top 3 because they are the primary colors. Yeah?
Top 3? What about green? Green wine. What's wrong with green?
Green is but only yellow and blue, and
That's
therefore
true.
It has no say.
But are we saying the child cannot be more important than the parent?
Not while the parent lives. If we kill blue, if we kill yellow, then green has a
becomes
path
the
to
man
the
of the house. Yeah.
That's green's path to green's path to 270. He kills blue.
Okay, so let's talk about the qualifications of each color real fast. I've laid out red, but I'd like to hear your case for blue, because I don't really know if there is much of one.
What do you mean? It's like the
Earth
Earth
is
being
blue. On the same level.
Earth is blue, predominantly blue. Water is blue. Sky is blue.
But what does that mean for
police
us?
sirens are blue. I mean, if we talk about like highway signs, I mean they're green, but also some of them are blue.
Most of them are green though.
Well, I mean, not in like Europe, not in Europe, which is like the majority of in the rest of the world.
Okay.
The United Nations are blue. The medical, like the medical police, like the
medical
MP,
police,
the MP people. Never mind. Whatever. Yeah, USA has a blue flag. It's a blue in their flag.
I mean, red stripes.
It has red as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think red and blue go hand in hand.
What about yellow? Make your case for yellow.
Well, can I make the case against blue? Can I refute that real fast?
Yeah, sure.
I think red has much more place in our lives than blue, as in like a useful color. Warning, stop sign.
Yeah.
There's no blue light on a traffic sign.
Well, a blue light sunglasses help you see the phone in the dark. A blue light blocker, if you will.
I'm wearing blue light glasses right now. If you can't tell, that my eyes are getting blue.
Blue light glasses.
Yeah.
I can see the tint. I wonder if that's actually a thing.
Are those blue light?
Yeah, I can't tell if it's like.
Code Life. Oh yeah, they're definitely blue. They're definitely blue.
Yeah.
Huh.
I would say blue is the best Gatorade.
That's a hot take. I like limeade, the yellow.
That's true. That's true.
I think red is the most famous Gatorade though.
True. It's in every commercial.
Every
known to man.
Kool-Aid Man is red, which is a knock against red.
Mm-hmm. Knock against red?
Knock against red.
It's a knock against red. It's the real blunder, honestly. Capri Sun, on the other hand, those boxes are blue, so that's good.
But the liquid inside, you have no idea what color it could be.
Yeah, it's
You'll
undescribable.
Never know.
Yeah, no one's ever seen the Capri Sun liquid.
The straws are yellow though, so that's a check in
yeah. So let's start talking about yellow. What does yellow bring to the table? Really, anything? Construction,
building, growth.
Yellow is also warning. Yellow is also warning. Yellow and red are warning.
That's
blue
true.
Is not.
Yeah. Well, green is yellow and blue, so I would say that green is green. Green is therefore blue, and blue is go. Blue means go.
You can't do that.
Green's successes to blue. No, you cannot.
Not while the parent is alive.
Not while the parent is alive, Ryan.
Yellow is the sun. What is red? What is red? What like space object is Mars? Mars is the only thing that's red.
Mercury.
Mercury is like orange or yellow.
Mercury's
honestly yellow.
Mercury's yellow. We're going with that. We're going with that take.
Yeah.
I'll look that up right now. What color is Mercury?
There's no fucking way Mercury is red.
Mercury can't be red.
Venus is green.
Mercury is dark gray.
It's taupe.
I think...
if you say that there's a most important
Neptune is blue. Neptune is by far the most aesthetically pleasing planet.
Oh, that's
Ronak, you're bringing up things that aren't important. They're not important. They might make blue the best. They might make blue the best, but they're not the most important.
That's what we're talking about. Blue is the best. You said that red is the best color.
Yeah, but the color water could be green and it wouldn't change anything about the way we live. If you change all things that are red right now to a different color, chaos.
What if I change it to lime green?
Red to lime green?
Yeah.
Chaos. If everything changed right now, chaos.
I guess
chaos in the streets.
Go. Green means go, so.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
That'd be really bad.
That'd be super
red
bad.
Just gives me anxiety. That's what it is.
It's supposed to. It fulfills its purpose.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd rather blue
is more calming. If there's a most important color, then you're implying that there's a least important color.
Yeah.
So what is the least important color?
Orange.
Orange. That's yellow and red. Two of the primary colors.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Two
true.
successful parents can have a shitty child.
Yeah, but if red dies, orange comes into power. No one wants that.
That makes red more important. He has to stick around. It's the RBG of colors.
I don't want. Yeah, I don't know. Red's more of the fucking Scalia.
Scalia.
I disagree.
Blue, on the other hand, Sotomayor.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. That's my take. What do you guys think?
I don't know. This is the thing. Like I feel like you think about these specific types of takes for way longer than we have any chance to.
Mm-hmm.
I can't come up with any good argument.
Because there are none.
Me neither.
I have a good jacket that's blue.
Yeah, I like blue.
I like blue.
I like blue too.
Blue's a nice
color. It's not important. It's not as important as red.
I can't argue against it. It's like what Tanner was saying about your takes. He's like, I had so hard to argue against them.
Because they're all so good. They're good and hot.
They're also so inconsequential.
Yeah.
So?
I don't know.
So
Google has 2 blue letters and 2 red letters. Interesting.
Yeah.
Zoom balanced. Is blue. Word is blue. Word is by far the best office tool.
Name a good red icon for like a popular app that you use. Like
Adobe.
Besides YouTube.
Adobe Acrobat Reader.
Netflix. Is Netflix greater than Prime Video? Prime Video is blue.
Green. Oh yeah, it is blue.
Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. all blue.
Ooh, that's.
But you could
Facebook
change.
is kind of is a drag against blue.
You could change
That's
all the
true.
colors of those though, and it wouldn't change anything. Like it's the importance of red and what it means to society.
But why are all these companies choosing blue as their logo? It's because it's
Aesthetically
It's like-
pleasing,
Yeah,
which makes it
I would
good,
agree.
but not important.
You said red. Your take was red was the best color.
No, it was
No,
the most
most
important
important.
color. I said most
Important
important.
doesn't
You're putting
imply
words in
best.
my mouth.
Mm.
You're stuffing
You're
words
spitting in
into
his
my mouth. Yeah.
In the middle of a pandemic, Ronak. Unbelievable.
Guilty. What can I say?
All right. So what do you guys think?
Guilty.
Agree or disagree?
I
Hmm.
don't fucking know.
If we agree, that doesn't mean it's the hottest, right?
Right.
Okay. Do I have to choose? Can I abstain? Like I
Yeah,
know.
you could abstain. There are no rules
I'll
here.
abstain. I'll
Okay.
abstain.
I'll say I agree with the
no.
caveat that blue is the best.
Sure. I don't care. I haven't thought about it enough.
I haven't thought about it enough either. I'm abstaining.
Blue might be the goat, but is it the most important?
I would say red is the woat.
The woat.
Yeah.
Worse than brown. Worse than like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bad color.
I like earth tones.
I like earth tones. I'd say orange is the worst. Orange is just so.
I like
is
orange.
kinda-
Orange can be nice. Orange could be nice.
It's got to be like a pastel though. Harsh, a bright orange is no bueno.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
What about burnt orange, Ronak? Honest opinions. What do you think about burnt orange?
I guess it's grown on me, but also it kind of puts some people in a corner. It kind of boxes you in a corner at a certain point.
Yeah,
It's not a very versatile
agree.
color.
Would agree.
But
You can only wear it
I've
with
grown
like
to like
khaki
it.
pants or something.
Yeah.
Interesting. You could wear it with blue jeans. No.
Yeah,
I've worn
yes.
with
It'd have to
jeans,
be. Yeah. Yeah,
It
it's
just it seems out of place, but I think at a certain point it starts to work. You can kinda make it work.
One thing that could go for blue as a color is that you could say that, and this is in the importance column, you can say that it's created the most versatile piece of clothing, which is the blue jean. Because I think blue jeans can go with basically every color
Yeah.
of shirt.
Yeah.
Except blue.
Except
And
blue.
also, if you change the color of stop signs, it doesn't throw the world into chaos.
I think it would. Well,
I
if,
think
if,
it
if you
would.
snapped your
If
fingers
it's-
and everything changed, then it
more
like,
than
it-
water turning green.
Mhm.
I don't think so. I don't think people would be drinking water. They would be trying.
Yeah.
But also,
crazy
water
trying
you
to
the
filter
water
it.
you drink isn't blue; it's clear.
It's clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Like no one would care if the oceans turned green. Lots of the oceans already are green.
Ooh.
It's really green, blue. Blue, green.
Yeah.
Blue and green music. Who remembers that piece?
I remember that piece.
That little ditty.
Little ditty.
All right, hottest take time. Let's restate our takes, starting with me, then down to Rez. My take was that red is the most important color.
My take was the bread's end is your best friend.
Mine was green wine, red wine, orange wine, blue wine. It doesn't matter. It'll give you
One
the
fish,
worst
two
hangover.
fish, red fish, blue fish.
And then we'll vote, starting with Rez, then Ronak, then me. So everyone,
Ronak. I'm
Cameron.
voting Ronak.
I'm voting Ronak as
Oh.
well.
Holy shit.
Ronak wins best take. I think that puts you over me again in the rankings.
Fuck yeah. Give me
Not gonna
that.
lie, I literally said Ronak just because I knew that would allow for a competition for a top
That's okay.
slot.
Rig
okay.
the election.
So yeah, that's that for Hot Takes High Stakes. By the time you're hearing this, hopefully the election will have been wrapped up. It's been such a
Who
heinous
knows?
week.
We might be in a fucking military state by next week, so let's see.
It's tough to say right
Yeah.
now, but alas. Go to plumpgoose.co if you want to see the leaderboard, the Hot Takes High Stakes leaderboard, and all of the Hot Takes High Stakes. If you want to see the hottest takes leaderboard and every hottest take that we've had. Last week we had 3, as there was a 3-way tie. So check that out.
I hate that.
Ronak hates that, but all I can say to that is tough. And yeah,
I
Subscribe
demand a
to Mountain Man
recount. I
Vids.
demand a You guys should have done a recount.
I mean, it wouldn't have changed. Yeah.
You guys need to do a runoff in 2 months. Do a runoff and see if it's changed.
In January.
True, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
maybe we should do that. But subscribe to Mountain Men Vids on YouTube. Subscribe to Mountain Men Games. And yeah,
do it.
That's that for this, I think.
We can end it.
We'll see you all next time, I guess. Yeah.
Everyone give a sign off in 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye.
Best friends and
a buddy of mine.
Plump Goops Podcast.